Okay, hi everyone. This is just to show you how you can use iLearn to generate random groups. This is how I did it, how I've done it, where I use this in Econ 215 and Econ 359 for a number of offerings, and also how I was doing it in Econ 203. So I have upgraded everybody's status in iTeach so that they can access this functionality. All right, so the first thing you do is go up here to the right-hand side in terms of your the settings. Click on the settings, go to more. Now you'll see here that you've got two tabs. Here you've got users. This is where you want to go. So you click on the tab for users. And now you want to go to groups. And here we get all of the sync is turned on in iLearn, so registrations, all the tutorials are all automatically sorted into being their own separate groups. So what you've got to do is work out, the first thing you're going to need to do is when you have your tutorial classes, if you click on a particular tutorial group, you can see who's in it. You'll notice at the moment we have a lot of students who have just enrolled, they just show up as a student ID, but then they will show up in due course as a name, but you've got your list here of all of your students. So by going through and looking at the times, you can see the tutorials are classified by the day and time. So if you go through the tutorials at your times, you'll be able to find out which ones are yours. And then, so just note, all you need to do is note the number here, right? So each class, each group here has a code. 1, 2, 3 for the lectures, the rest are for the tutorials. So you've got to know which is your particular numbers. All right, so what you want to do is when you go into the class, as I'll say again tomorrow, because I want them to be put into groups initially for 10 minutes or so to talk to each other about the material from the week. And then we'll open it out into discussion based on, and comparing what the groups have got, that kind of thing. So it's important that it be random groups. I've always found random groups to work better because that way you don't get any kind of self-sorting. And it means they have to talk to each other, they meet each other, and they tend to like it, actually. So all you've got to do is you just go down to this tab here. Once you're into this space with groups, you can see the tab down here, Auto Create Groups. That's where you want to go. All right, slow as usual. Once you're into this space here, you can leave this here if you want. You can. This will just give them automatic letter names, A, B, C, D, etc. You can change that if you want to give it numbers, but it's easiest to leave it that way. Now, the thing is here, number of groups, you want to change that to members per group. Now, I'm thinking if we're working with classes of 30, probably 5 per group, so you get 6 groups is probably best. So you just put in, say, 5. So yes, leave that as students. And then now what you want to do is select the members from group. So this is where you want to go, here. And that's where you're going to find your particular tute class. So you can do this while they're all setting up. When you first get there and you're setting up, you can do this. It takes only a small amount of time. And now this is where you'll look through and find your particular class. Now I don't know which one mine is yet. Say I'll pick one at Wednesday 10. Where are we? Okay, I'll just pick this one, class 13. Okay. So I'm selecting it from that particular class, allocate the members randomly, prevent small last group. That way you don't end up with like one person in a group, so maybe one will be larger. Now the next trick is here, when you come down to, it's a little annoying, this little thing here, grouping, turns out to be important. What you've got to do is open that up and just give it a name. Now, it doesn't matter. This is never, you're not even going to show this, but you just need to put a name in there. So I would just call it, say, if we're in week 3, I just call it week 3. It doesn't matter what you put there, but you do have to put something there. It's not going to show anywhere. All right, now once you've done that, you don't need to create, do not press submit, because you don't want to create a group within the course. What you can do is simply say preview. And when you say preview, what you get is this. Now, you might notice when I did this, I had to quickly go back and change it. I didn't notice that the one I picked is a new one that had just opened. It didn't have anybody in it, so I just changed it to group 26. But you pick your classes all have people in them. And then what you get now is here. You've got your 30 people here. In this case, so 29, it's been sorted into, you've now got 6 groups, right? 5 of 4, 5, and 1 of 4. This is the thing that you display to the students, and then they can see which group they're in and they sort themselves, right? It's often they have a bit of fun working out. It's interesting to watch the different strategies that people try to employ to kind of force people to come to them and so on. It's a little bit of it's a bit of a thing, and they mix around. And so if you do this each week, when you go in, just open that thing while you're getting ready. Go to the groups, set up random, generate the random groups, put that up, they move around, and that way they get to meet and interact with different people each week, and it's good, right? It's easy to do, and as I said, the real tricks here are setting up your member numbers. Just set your member number at 5, I think would be the appropriate one. 4, I think you're going to have too many groups. It's up to you. I mean, if you want to have smaller groups, you can. With a group membership of 4, you're going to have 7 groups, I guess, but some might be 5, some 4. Again, it's up to you, right? But you can set that. Make sure you pick your particular class that you're in at the time. And again, that thing which is frustrating, but this one you do need to remember this section down here, right? In which you have to set a name for the grouping. And if you don't set a name for the grouping, it won't work. And again, the other thing to remember is, very importantly, just use preview. Okay, don't use submit, because it will then create an actual groupings in the unit, and it'll be kind of, I can still go and delete them, but it's just messy. All right, so fairly simple. You go into the user, you go into groups, right? You go into the settings icon, you go into users, right? Unit administration, you go to users, groups, auto create groups, set the size, give your grouping a name, make sure you've got your class picked, and then that's it. And when you've got then something you can display, project up, and they can then sort themselves each week. All right, I'll show this tomorrow, but I'll leave this up permanently so you can see it, and that way you can very easily manage your group allocations each week.